Tonight, Americans cast their votes and put to end, once and for all, the Great Skate Debate. Hi, everybody. I'm Pat O'Brien. Glad you're with us tonight. Well, we have a very, very unique figure skating event for you tonight, something we've never done before, and here to help me tell you about it is 1984 Olympic gold medalist Scott Hamilton. Where's Scott?
Pat, I'm over here.
Scott, what are you doing down there?
Well, I'm in the event. I'm kind of doing both, and I'm really very busy right now. It's warm-up, so you're kind of on your own for a little bit, okay? Yeah, I'm busy, all right?
Well, I was just telling them what a unique event this is, Scott.
Yeah, well, it is a unique event, Pat. You see, because not only do we have some of the greatest skaters in the world in this event, but it's also the most unique judging system ever. There are thousands of judges. Excuse me. Hi, Kurt. Look. Camaraderie. Isn't that great? Anyway, what this is all about is thousands. All these judges are members of the audience. The members of the audience are judging the competition, which makes it very exciting because
Scott,
skaters like me...
Don't you think you should be, like, out here warming up? I mean, it takes you a little bit longer than us young guys.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. Anyway, there are no rules. You can do whatever you want. You can do as many jumps as you want. You can do any kind of program you want. Hey, Joe. You gonna throw the quad tonight?
I can't tell you that. It's top secret, man.
Top secret. Oh, whatever. Anyway, the format is there is no format. You're gonna go after the judges, which are members of the crowd. Hey, Victor, how you doing, buddy?
Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
You get all sixes.
All sixes? No. Victor, it's a scale of 10. 10 is the highest mark.
Yes, I know. I hope you get all sixes.
From the heartland of America, CBS Sports presents the Great Skate Debate. The women will argue it out later. The men are about to begin. And hello again. Well, if you're one of those folks out there who sits at home or in the stands and says, where'd they get that ref? How'd that person win? Bad call. Where'd they find those judges? Well, you're in the right place. 6 months before our national election, we're voting tonight. The people in this arena are going to vote for their very favorite figure skater. And joining us is Olympic silver medalist and one of my favorite figure skaters, Sumners. Roz, nice to see you.
Nice to be here. Thank you. Well, we have never done this before, so I know all the skaters, including myself, are very excited about this new format of competition. Now, bottom line, the most important thing to a performer is the audience. It is who we not only skate for, but we are giving our heart and soul to them. Now, sometimes the audience doesn't really agree with the panel of judges. Well, tonight it's their turn. They get to choose, and I think they're going to find that as much fun as it's going to be, it's not as easy to judge as it looks. So we'll see.
Indeed, we will. Here's the skate order in front of a sold-out house here in Green Bay, Wisconsin, a field that includes 6 Olympic medalists and world champions, headlined by Paul Wylie, Kurt Browning, Scott Hamilton, and Viktor Petrenko. But don't count out the man who's skating first. He won the bronze the year Scott Hamilton took Olympic gold, and you will soon find out why they call him Jumping Joseph Sabovčík.
Coming up, a triple toe Wylie. Wow, and that's just a warm-up for what's ahead.
You don't have to go. Little baby, tell me you won't go. Oh, it'd be so good together. We had the time. Being alone wasn't nowhere state of mind. Ooh, loving ain't no crime. Oh no.
Here comes a triple Lutz.
See you many years.
Whoa, fought a little bit for the landing, hung on.
When the night is gone, we'll move on.
Joseph has a very different look from the other men we're going to see tonight. He sort of brings a hard rock look to his skating.
Yeah, the music is Rock Me by Great White. He kind of patterns himself after those heavy metal groups.
We hear a lot of talk about triple jumps these days, even quadruple jumps. Well, here comes the world's greatest single jump. Now watch for the height, watch the legs. It's called a tuck axel. Wow, they love it. Now here comes Joseph's back flip. Now watch, he does it with straight legs. More of a layout. Doesn't bend his knees. He's not done yet. Control. And because his son's favorite move is the backflip, we're going to see another one. By the way, Pat, his name is Blade, and he is Joseph's inspiration to skate.
Pretty good name for a figure skater's son. 32-year-old Joseph Sabovčík, the 1984 Olympic bronze medalist, still jumping after all these years.
Here's the tuck axel. Now you want to see how high he gets. The audience is actually underneath him. Wow, unbelievable height. We're also going to see 3 different backflips tonight from the men, and Joseph's is the only one that goes up with straight legs, a complete layout. Very cool.
Public relations is part of the skater's job tonight. Those are judges he's signing autographs for, because everybody tonight is a judge. And for the story on the scoring, let's go up in the stands, where we're joined tonight by our special election analyst, Harry Smith of CBS News.
We're in the stands because we've got a wired crowd here tonight, Pat. Wired indeed. 4,267 people have boxes just like this, and this is how the folks vote. On a scale from 0 to 10, they place their vote after every single performance. Now the question is, will these fans tonight vote on platform purely on technical merit, or will they allow themselves to be swayed by the performances, allowed to be pandered to by these performers out here tonight? Do you have a favorite?
Well, I do love Scotty Hamilton.
But are you going to vote your conscience, or vote your heart, or vote what?
I will vote my conscience for the one that is the best.
For the one that is the best. You heard it here, folks. This is the way it's supposed to be done around America. Vote, and vote often. Pat?
Well, that used to be the motto in Chicago. Here now is our first score. The average of the votes tonight, 9.62 on a 10-point scale. Roz, I think I told these people to save room for the other skaters.
Actually, Pat, I think that's a nice change from what we usually see in skating, and he really did deserve that high mark.
Next up, 1993 U.S. silver medalist Mark Mitchell. He's trying to capture the disco vote.
with an injured left knee, which he's going to have arthroscopic surgery on in the next 2 weeks. Now, it's limited his practice time and his jumping, but he's a very consistent skater. Let's watch his triple loop. Very solid. That takes a lot of guts. YMCA, and I think you're going to see everybody out there doing YMCA.
I was once in your shoes. I said I was down and out with the blues. I felt nothing, cared that I were alive. I said the whole world was so tight. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Young man, there's no need to feel down. Young man, YMCA.
That was fun.
Mark Mitchell showing that he can skate, get him going, spell. Had it all happening. He's still trying to tell him how to do it. That was a good time.
Triple loop. Now, this is one of the best in the business. Perfect textbook jump. And if enthusiasm counts, I think we should add some points to his score. He had fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, the score for Mark Mitchell, 9.37.
Mark Mitchell gets a 9.37 and some boos from the crowd as this is very interactive.
So in other words, the audience is booing against itself.
Jumpin' Joseph Sabovčík is our leader, and there's a vote for Scott, there's a vote for Paul, there's a vote for Victor, and we'll find out. I think that's for Kurt. We'll be back. It's the night the fans vote. Next up, two-time Olympic silver medalist from Canada, Brian Orser, skating to 3 hours past midnight by Colin James. I'm Pat O'Brien along with Rosalynn Sumners, who competes later tonight.
Well, Pat, this is Brian's specialty. It's sexy, it's bluesy, and it's designed to put the audience in his kind of mood. Double toe combination.
And his tie didn't fall off either. So.
Yeah, there's a little trick to that tie, Pat.
3 hours past midnight. And my baby's nowhere around. the hours past midnight. And my baby's nowhere around. I listen hardly hear what it was. Yeah, and I ain't even heard the sound.
Get a hallelujah. Ryan Orser.
He skated great. He should be very pleased.
And he's happy. And they're happy.
Backflip is one of Brian's favorite moves. He always puts it at the end of the program for that last little bit of punch. Now, he had 2 planned in a row, but I think you're going to see here his landing is a little forward. He had to put his hands down, and he actually just ran out of room for the second one. This turns into a jumping competition. I think the advantage is going to stay with Joseph Sabovčík.
So Brian Orser's scores are in now from the 4,200 or so people here. 9.5, Ross.
Well, I don't know if that's what I would have given him.
Well, definitely disappointed there in second place. We have a team covering this process tonight. And with us also is Andrea Joyce from CBS Sports. Andrea?
All right, Pat, I am backstage with Scott Hamilton and Kurt Browning. Even though they haven't skated yet, they are the busiest 2 guys in this arena tonight.
10 for me is a 10 for world peace. It'll destroy the moral fabric of our country if an American does not win this event tonight, and it's got to be me. That's all there is to it. No 10s for Russians or Canadians. It's immoral.
Oh, really? Well, if you'd like to borrow my brickhouse pants, anytime, anything. And if you're ever in Canada, my mom's a good cook. You look a little like beautiful lady. Look, here's a dollar bill. You're thin. You've lost weight since the last time I saw you.
Scott, you got to explain this last-minute campaign strategy. I mean, this glad handing of the audience and schmoozing up the voters.
It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. I only care about the welfare of this country. There's nothing in this for myself. I only care about you, the voter.
And you know, I hope, Kurt, that I didn't really see what I thought I saw. Did you actually have a wad of cash in your hand out by the entrance?
And it was with full good intentions, you know, to bring everyone some little money. And then I had to dip into the Canadian funds, and that's when everyone walked away and went right over to Scott.
But you don't think that these people are actually going to be influenced by any of this? This is not what these judges are looking for.
No, they're really looking for the fact that Paul Wylie's a Dallas Cowboy fan, and I think that that's really going to sway this audience.
All right. Can the mudslinging be very far away? Back to you, Pat.
I don't know. A Cowboys fan in Green Bay, Packer country. There's Mike Holmgren. I don't think he'll be voting for him based on that information. Sabovčík continues to lead, but Paul Wylie hopes these next few moments are his.
This is the moment is about Albertville and about how it changed my life and about how really life is a collection of moments.
This is the moment. This is the day. This is the moment when I know I'm on my way. Every endeavor I have made ever.
This piece of music that he's chosen in this program is all about the silver medal that Paul won in Albertville. A medal almost no one gave him a chance to win in a moment that none of us will ever forget.
Momentum and the moment are in right. Give me this momentous moment. I'll gather up my past and make some sense.
I think this crowd knows his jumps. That was a beautiful triple Lutz.
When all I've done, all of the dreaming, scheming and screaming becomes one. This is the day. Just see it shine. When all I've lived for becomes
standing ovation.
There's very little doubt about who's about to be number one in the polls here. Another great moment.
All right, it's voting time. You've got 30 seconds to mark your entry for Paul Wylie.
This program wasn't about jumping, but this Lutz was excellent. Great extension, leg position, gorgeous jump, and he knows it.
Well, we'll see if the audience knows it. Everybody's voting there. 10 is the highest score. We'll have the average for you shortly.
We think of Paul as a great artistic skater, and he is, but he's also a superb athlete. Check out the height on those Russian splits.
And the votes are in.
Kurchik.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thanks, man.
the score for Paul Wylie
Well, he's still campaigning and
is 9.82.
9.82. It worked.
Thank you.
They loved him.
They do love him. Puts him in first place.
The leader in the clubhouse.
Indeed he is. 2/10 ahead of Sabovčík, but Browning, Hamilton, and Petrenko are coming up next. The Great Skate Debate rolls on from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Glad you're with us. Paul Wylie in first, but the current world professional champion is on the ice, Kurt Browning.
And Pat, the program is That's Entertainment. Starts quietly, but it Doesn't stay that way. Double axel right off the bat. Triple loop. And here comes the yellow brick road.
And there it is.
And there it is.
He's on tonight.
2 double axels in a row. 3 double axels in a row. And a triple to Wally. Okay, I'll go dancing in the rain with him any day, Pat. That was great.
And somewhere Gene Kelly is smiling as well. That's entertainment. That's Kurt Browning. Very ambitious.
That's smart. You always want to hug the judges. Now here are 2 of about 150 jumps he did in the last 4 minutes. Huge double axel, and then he just keeps going with some little turns right into a really solid triple toe. Beautiful. And here we are skipping down the yellow brick road. Really makes you feel like you're right there with the lion and the scarecrow. And this is vintage Kurt, just improvised, threw in 2 double axels in a row, and then thought, what the heck, I'm on a roll, let's throw in 1 more triple toe. But he couldn't quite hold on to that landing. And I think they're going to forgive him that little mistake. Thanks, Kurt. We're tired, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, score.
And here come the scores from the folks here in Green Bay. And Kurt Browning has taken the lead. 9.84 by, that's right, Kurt, oh so little much. .84 puts him 2/100ths ahead of Paul Wylie. But look who's coming out. Next on the ice. Well, if you come to Green Bay, it's usually to play the Packers. And this guy right here is as tough as they are in front of a crowd. A one-man entertainment machine. And they know it. Scott Hamilton. Right now, let's go to Andrea.
I'm with Kurt Browning, our leader. What is this like to get a standing ovation from your judges?
It's so much fun. I think this is a kind of competition that's really going to stick around. And the audience is so a part of what's going on tonight. They're having so much fun.
Were you concerned at all, though, that they would not be knowledgeable enough to appreciate the difficulty of your routine because it was very ambitious?
Figure skating fans are very knowledgeable nowadays, especially. That's why I thought to beat Scott's number tonight, because I know what he's doing, I had to do everything. So that's why I tried the last jump at 4:10 in the program. And but you know what? I really, really like this kind of competition. I think it's a lot of fun.
Well, it's a lot of fun for us, and we will see if the lead holds. Back to you, Pat.
All right, Andrea, there's Uncle Sam watching over the proceedings. And that, folks, is a real beard, we must tell you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, Scott Hamilton.
This is Scott's takeoff on a lounge act called I Love Me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Starlight Lounge proudly presents Mr. Wayne Fontaine Jr.
I'm so glad that I couldn't make it, 'cause I couldn't let you down. To all you little people, hey, all of you around, I know how much you love me, don't you? How you idolize this guy, so handsome, cute, and charming, hey, incredible am I. Thank you. I love me more than I can say. I know that you love me nowhere in all this great big world is a greater guy than me. And meeting me in person is truly ecstasy. I love me more than you could know. I love me, I love me. Hey, I can do no wrong because I'm perfect as can be. God outdid himself, you see, when he created me. Oh, I could sing forever and even sing off key. It really wouldn't matter, 'cause everyone loves me. I love me more than I can say. I know that you love me nowhere in all this great big world is a greater guy than me. And meeting me in person, hey, is truly ecstasy. I love you more than you could know. I love me, I love me. Hemos rancheros. At the cool bar. Now everybody, go burger band. Now this side, go burger band. Now just me, yeah. Go burger. Feelings, yeah. Oh, oh, feelings. Oh, oh. You know what makes you so special? 'Cause you love me. Oh, the star has a big soft tail, and it keeps them put away. I forgot these words, hey, but it wonderful I am. I love that you love me, even if the press says I'm a ham. Because you love me. Yes, you love me. And I love me. I love me. I love me. I love me. Me. Yeah.
Scott Hamilton with a rousing standing ovation from the 4,200 people here, and he's happy, and we love him too, and they love him. Now we'll see if they'll vote for him.
Okay, here's the Scott Hamilton guide to good skating is good politics. First, you press the flesh. Then you show a little flesh. You demonstrate that you can be flexible in your positions without being wishy-washy. Yeah. And no matter how tough things get, you always put your best face forward.
Because the voting is now closed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the total score.
Well, you saw that standing ovation. Now let's see how they did when they voted.
9.93.
9.93. And Scott Hamilton.
You like me. You really like me.
Yes, they do like you. They might even love you, Scott.
Oh, back to work.
Come on up to the booth. He's in front by almost 1/10 of a point. Only one man can change that. A guy who can't even vote in this country. One skater is left in the men's competition at the Great Skate Debate, and these are the obstacles he faces. Scott Hamilton received 9.93 out of a possible 10. Kurt Browning second, Paul Wylie third. And on the ice now is Olympic gold medalist Viktor Petrenko, skating to This Business of Love.
Just a baby in this business of love.
He's got a tough spot to skate in right after Scott Hamilton. He knows Scott's the leader. He knows he has to pull out all the stops, skate his best, and really entertain this audience.
I'm just a baby in this business of love. My son's operating, you know it's fast. Sophisticated, never let I go.
Beautiful triple toe. I'll tell you, nobody can move their hips like Viktor.
Nobody ever sang that. Somebody save me. I'm just a baby in this business of love. Pursuit of satisfaction, starting young. I never look back at the things I've done. That's when my knack for pleasure and to and all. But nothing can save me from your own heart. I'm just a baby. Nobody ever thinks that.
The toughest triple jump is the triple axel, and nobody tries one during a show.
I'm just a baby in this business of love.
Whoa, nobody except Viktor Petrenko. That was incredible. I have to wonder if the audience fully appreciated what really just happened. No one else tonight has even tried one.
Well, in campaign jargon, he's basically saying, I'll cut your taxes. You vote for me?
Hey, if I had a triple axel, I'd throw it in tonight.
Did he You're giving him everything.
Nothing if I ain't got you. I'm just a baby. Nobody ever sang that. You just the same me. I'm just a baby in this business of love. This business of love.
He's skating very strong, very solid.
I'm just a lady in this business of love. Ba-do, 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 ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, well, da-da-da. Ba-do-ba-do-ba-do-ba-do.
Even though this is a competition, this is also a show. This is entertaining this audience. This is getting them in the palm of your hand. It's the business of love for Viktor Petrenko.
Well, he needs at least a 9.93. From Odessa in the Ukraine. I asked him if they'd ever do something like this in his country, and he looked at me like I was crazy and said, no, never.
Here comes another look at the triple axel. The height, the leg position, absolutely perfect. Again, he's the only skater out there tonight that did it. Mr. Suave, he knows how to work that audience, pulled out all those facial expressions.
Ladies and gentlemen, your scores for Viktor Petrenko.
Viktor Petrenko waiting for his marks, and there they are. It's not enough. 9.74. And Scott Hamilton, there's your champion right there. He'll come out for a bow, having grabbed about everybody's hand in the building and skated marvelously. Scott Hamilton, the people's choice.
Oh, come on. You're awesome.
Good job.
You skated great. You skated really well.
Thank you.
All right.
Scott Hamilton, champion 12 years after the '84 Olympics.
We'll be back to talk to the champion. And Rod, you got to get out of here. You're first up for the ladies.
I'm on my way. See you out there, bud.
We'll be watching. Good luck. All right already, Scott. You won the election. Go ahead and carve Scott Hamilton's face up on that mountain. He's the king of it tonight, and he's with Andrea Joyce.
All right, Pat, thanks. Scott, you win the Great Skate Debate. Congratulations. Are you thinking now of running for political office?
No, I mean, probably, no, I don't want to get into that. No, that's for other people. But that way it was great. You know, every time I go on for an event, any event, whether it's competition or exhibition, which is kind of a combination of this event, it's just fun to go for the crowd, and I'm glad that they responded. I'm glad I skated well.
Well, you are the mayor of Green Bay tonight. What was it like for you to perform in front of 4,000 judges as opposed to a panel of 7?
It's a little overwhelming because, you know, so much can happen, and you don't know how the marks are going to average. Some people may like what you do, and this is kind of a risky number because it's a pure show number. It's not competitive like Kurt's or like even Victor's a triple axel. I mean, it's like I'm going for the crowd, and they're the judges, and I'm glad they responded. But it's a little stressful out there. It really is.
And now we're going to let you change your clothes and sit in the announce booth. Congratulations again. Back to you, Pat.
Don't change, Scott. Bring the chains up. Hamilton in first, followed by Browning, Wylie, Petrenko, Sabovčík, Orser, and Mark Mitchell in 7th place. As to how Hamilton engineered this triumph, let's go over to the analysis desk and Harry Smith. Harry?
We have a great crowd on hand here in Green Bay, and of course they have been voting with their little boxes all night long. And we've had a chance to kind of crunch some of the numbers and look at the data. Here's why Scott Hamilton did so well in the competition tonight. He did much better with women than he did with men. Of course, almost 80% of the folks who are here tonight are women, so that doesn't hurt. He did really, really well, best in any category with the people 50 plus, second best with the 30 to 49 group. That's also important. We know that's where the power voting block is, because those two groups combined make up 70% of the folks in the building tonight. Now, we want to talk to some of the voters. Have you been voting? Has it been fun?
It sure has, and I certainly have been voting.
And now, have your numbers, because you've got a little sheet here, have they reflected pretty much what the rest of the folks have said?
Well, I gave just about everybody a 10.
You're supposed to be a little bit more discriminating than that.
It was really hard.
It was hard. It's been a great show.
The show continues now from the Brown County Veterans Arena in Green Bay, Wisconsin, with the women's competition in the great skate debate. Among those waiting in the wings, Olympic silver medalist Nancy Kerrigan, who just revealed she's 2 months pregnant. Two-time Olympic gold medalist Katarina Witt, and Canada's Olympic silver medalist Elizabeth Manley. A little nervous, maybe? Here is the full field and the order in which you will see them skate and be judged by the 4,267 voting members of our audience. We counted. First up, well, she got out of the announce booth and into costume. Probably would have liked to have had a little more time to warm up, but that was the luck of the draw. Olympic silver medalist and my partner, Rosalynn Sumners, skating to Remember Me This Way.
Special friend who never lets us down, who understands it all, reaches out each time we fall. You're the best friend that I found. I know you can't stay. Part of you will never ever go away. Your heart will stay. I don't need eyes to see the love you bring to me. No matter where I go. And I know that you'll be there forevermore upon me everywhere. I'll always care. I'll make a wish for you and hope it will come true. That life will just be kind. Such a gentle mind. If you lose your way, think back on yesterday. Remember me this way. Remember me this way. And I'll be right behind you.
Well, as you heard in the chorus, this song is called Remember Me This Way by Jordan Hill. Originally, it was supposed to be a farewell song. Roz thought it was going to be the end of her career this year. With that double axel, I think she's serving notice that she's going to be around for a long time. She had an incredible year. She loves skating this year more than any other, and I think she's going to stick around for a while.
And the people would vote for that. Congratulations, by the way, to you. They call you king, mayor, president?
Mayor of Green Bay, I guess, for the night.
Oh, congratulations. Nicely done. The 1984 silver medalist, Rosalynn Sumners.
So much is based on the technical aspects of this sport, but that's just beautiful skating.
We'll be back from Green Bay, Wisconsin with the scores and much more after this.
Time for everybody to get back to work.
Welcome back to Brown County Veterans Arena here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. America's Choice, the Great Skate Debate. We've had our first lady skate. There she is. We'll spell it right. To set the standard for lady scores.
9.43.
9.43 to start us off. And there's her commentary. Next up, U.S. silver medalist and world bronze medalist Caryn Kadavy skating to Barbra Streisand's Somewhere.
Professional competitions in the last few years, and she's found a whole new career as a professional. She was very good as an amateur. Nice double axel.
Caryn Kadavy. You know, Scott, she was worried about people not knowing her in this competition, headlined by Witt and Kerrigan, but they certainly know her now.
Beautifully delivered program, well balanced between the technical, athletic, and the artistic and the beautiful choreography. A big finish, and that always affects the audience. Big finish, and they're judging, so. Nice look at a triple toe loop here. She'll reach back with her left foot. You'll see 1, 2, 3 times around, 1 foot landing Nice line on the landing there. Great look at a flying camel here. Watch the extension, variation arm movements, and then the flexibility. If I did that, take me straight to the emergency room. I wouldn't be able to bend my legs the same way again.
Caryn Kadavy waiting for her scores here from the folks in Green Bay.
9.55.
And she takes the lead with that, a 9.55. Let's go to Andrea Joyce.
Well, we all know now that these competitions these days are really pairs competitions for Nancy Kerrigan, expecting her first child in December. Congratulations on all the exciting moments that you have had in your life. I'll bet, though, that none of them compare to this news.
No, of course not. Hopefully it's going to be the most rewarding work and enjoyment I'll ever have.
Now, I know it's early, but what are your plans? How long will you be able to continue performing, and will you come back once you're a mom?
I would assume that I'll come back. And right now, I've never been pregnant, so I don't know. I mean, as long as it's comfortable and the doctor and I agree that everything's okay, then I'll be skating. But I don't know if I'll be doing triplettes and things like that.
Maybe not so much spinning down the road, I can tell you that. Well, congratulations again, and the best of luck later on.
Thank you.
All right, back to you, Pat.
Our congrats to Nancy Kerrigan to be last to skate tonight, and she's cutting down on her spins. You better not watch this performance. Denise Biellmann is the spin doctor of tonight's great debate.
Yo, her, take it from the top. 1, 2. Are you ready?
Complete change of pace. This is going to involve the audience. This woman is in phenomenal physical condition. I don't think I can over-exaggerate any of it. She's so athletic, so strong, and probably the best shape of her skating career right now. Picking up a lot of speed. Triple toe loop. Huge, almost too big. When the ice is a little bit wet like this, it gets a little springy. It's like a gymnastics floor instead of like a cement floor. So you gotta be really careful. If you get too much height, you'll miss the jump, and a fall on wet ice becomes a fall. Triple sow cow. Oh, almost off the ice into the crowd. You should have the Biellmann spin right there.
Let the beat control your body. Let the beat control your body.
Phenomenal spinner. Here comes the Biellmann spin right here. Wow.
the beat control your body.
Wow.
It's going to get some great marks.
We may be faced with a situation that everybody who skates gets better marks than the one before them. Denise Biellmann. And they like that one here in Green Bay. So did she.
Another look at the triple toe loop. Look at the height. And when on the landing, look at how she's almost over-rotated. She'll go up. Look at the height here. It's huge. 1, 2, 3. Now look, she's like, whoa! That was a little bigger than I intended it to be. Again, when the ice is that wet, it's a little softer, and you get a lot more spring out of it. And this is amazing. She's such a great spinner. As good as she is at jumping, she's even stronger at spinning. Amazing. The flexibility and the speed. And look at the muscle. She's just cut.
That's Denise Biellmann's tummy, and that, I believe, is an earring, Scott.
I think it's an earring, but I also think it works as a place to put the safety strap when she's on the treadmill for 7 or 8 hours so she doesn't fall off.
9.75.
9.75, and so 1, 2, 3, she takes the lead now. Our standings after 3. Denise Biellmann is in first place, followed by Caryn Kadavy. Rosalynn Sumners in third place. Elizabeth Manley is next on the ice. Backstage, we see Katarina has changed out of that Packer sweatshirt and jumping and waiting in the wings as America makes its choices in the great skate debate. Coming up in the great skate debate, the holders of 5 Olympic medals and 5 world championships, beginning with Canada's Liz Manley, who wants to know, are you ready for this? We'll find out.
Y'all ready for this?
Triple toe, couldn't hold on to it.
What do you think the founding fathers of this sport would think of these costumes?
They'd love it. They'd object, but they wouldn't turn their eyes away, that's for sure. It's kind of hard to believe that she arrived today on the red eye. She didn't sleep at all last night.
There's a vote she'll get.
a double axel, and her legs just, timing was way off on that.
She went for it all, and I think they might forgive her on the double axel. That's a lot of work out there.
It's a lot of work. She never gave up once on the performance. When she missed the triple toe, she stayed with it. She never broke the smile. She kept looking into the audience. She kept them with her the whole time, no matter what mistakes. It'll be interesting to see what kind of marks she gets. And look at the triple toe loop. Now she'll go up a little bit tilted. She'll be tilted to the right and back. Right here, you'll see up. The tilting goes right there. It's really hard to save a jump when you're tilted backwards. There's no place for your foot to slide. And at the very end of the routine, she went. You're so tired here, and to do a double axel, you need to be quick and strong. It was like, no, the body said, I don't think this is going to happen. And then one vote, we know. That's going to be 100. There's 10 10s right there.
Lap dance comes to figure skating.
Of course, he's going to be sleeping in his car tonight. He's sitting next to his wife.
That's it.
Elizabeth Manley still signing autographs over on the far end of the ice. Flowers in hand. And
Score for Elizabeth Manley.
here come her marks.
9.38.
A 9.38 puts her in 4th place and showing perhaps some sophistication here by the
Well, I
crowd.
think these judges are taking this very seriously. You got like 4,000 judges here, and they saw a couple mistakes, and they said, well, you know, everybody else skated clean. So.
And so Denise Biellmann still our leader with 9.75. Caryn, Kadavy, Rosalynn, Sumners, and Elizabeth Manley with a great performance, but getting a 9.38. Well, Scott and I have found our way up into the stands here and looking like a couple of aliens, and the crowd here ready for a real treat now with Katarina Witt coming in.
This is unbelievable. Katarina's up there telling us to hurry up. We're hurrying, Katarina, don't worry, but I just have to talk to one of the judges real quick to see how she's voting. How are you voting? Are you having a good time? Are you punching the numbers in? We'll check back with her a little bit later. I think she's a little shy. First time on national television.
Now,
Katarina's up.
ladies and gentlemen, Katarina Witt.
Katarina is skating a number she's made very popular on the tour this year. Melissa Etheridge, I'm the Only One.
This year on tour. I've never seen it because I skated right after her. This is a great program. Things that skating has to offer, I think, is we've seen 5 women performers tonight, and each one of them has presented themselves completely differently, and they've all got their own personality and their own place in the sport. skated it too much better than that, and when you're probably the best-known woman skater in the world, you've got to wonder, how is this audience going to react? It looks like there's going to be some pretty big numbers.
Well, they begin with a standing ovation. I love Katarina Witt here. We've got one of the voters here.
Yeah, one of the voters. She's away from her box right now. But this is Angela. Now, are you a skater?
Yes, I am.
And what level do you skate?
I don't know.
Who's your favorite out here tonight?
You.
Oh, good answer. Good answer. This is my favorite judge I've met so far tonight. Who's your favorite in the ladies?
Nancy Kerrigan.
Okay, she's coming up real soon. Nice talking to you, Angela. Good luck in your skating.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. Nervous, nervous, nervous. What do the people think?
Triple toe loop towards the beginning of the program. She'll reach back with her left leg. 1, 2, 3 and around. Now you notice maybe a little bit of a 2-foot there. Maybe the judges might have noticed that. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, Denise's was so big. Katarina's was just a little bit smaller.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, your score for Katarina Witt is 9.74.
Okay, nothing you can do about it now. By 1/100th of a point, Katarina Witt misses first place. So the spin on this, Denise Biellmann hangs on to her lead. Karen Kadavy is in third.
So far the difference, Denise Biellmann did 2 triples, Katarina Witt did 1. These judges know what they're doing.
Let's go to Andrea Joyce. Andrea.
Katarina not quite enough to take over first place, but this kind of event, though, in the bigger picture, really does seem to be tailor-made for you. How does it compare to a traditional competition?
I really enjoy it, but I'm even more nervous. You feel like you have to please everybody, you know. But it's really fun, but I was really, really nervous going into it.
See, now I would think that you would be less nervous because you've got all these judges out here cheering for you before you even start. I would think that would relax you.
That makes you even more, you want to be good, you know, because they're cheering for you, so you're like, okay, I don't want to disappoint them, so give your best, you know. So I tried.
Well, you did a great job. Congratulations.
I really loved it.
All right, back to you, Pat.
Thank you, Andrea. When we return, Yuka Sato will be on the ice, concentrating there. And then Nancy Kerrigan closes out the night as America makes its final choices in the first ever Great Skate Debate. Welcome back to Green Bay, America's Choice, the Great Skate Debate, and the people have spoken so far. Denise Biellmann on top at 9.75, 4,267 people voting tonight, and next up on the ice for them, Yuka Sato, 1994 world champion, and sort of the unofficial queen of the ice right now. She's got a hip pointer, and actually just about an hour ago was a little bit of pain from that, trying to work it out. See what happens.
She is a phenomenal talent. She's having the best year of her skating career this year. She's won so many professional competitions. I always refer to her as a skater's skater. There's nothing she can't do on the ice.
23 years old from Yokohama, Japan.
She skates with great speed. She has great technical ability. The hip has been bothering her a little bit in practice. Triple toe loop, double. Double loop. About Yuka is you can skate to any style of music with equal quality, great footwork, movement across the ice. Every move is finished. She projects herself. What you see is what you get. Yuka's one of the sweetest people I've ever met.
So much fun.
So much fun. That was actually Yuka's voice added to the end of that Janet Jackson song. And she did have fun. Liked it. Yuka Sato. Really's got good skating, but no triple jumps. And we'll see if the judges picked up on that. Right now, for what we've picked up on the judges, let's go to Harry Smith.
Pat, we've had a chance to crunch some of the numbers. Denise Biellmann still in the lead right now, and I can tell you why. So close with Katarina Witt, and in the 50-plus category, Biellmann was the winner. Katarina Witt, 30 to 49, she won that group. In the 20 to 29, Biellmann won that group, and in the under 20 group, Katarina Witt won that group. So they're splitting off the demographics, and you can see just how close this competition actually is.
Harry's into this, isn't he? Back with you later, Harry. Right now, we await the marks for Yuka Sato.
Your score for Yuka Sato, 9.78. She has.
And she takes the lead.
Wow.
9.78.
All that, and she did not even come close to skating her best.
So now we have a new set of standings with Yuka Sato taking the lead over Denise Biellmann, with Katarina Witt a close third, and one skater left before we close out the night's debate.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and she is no stranger to close contests. 1994 Olympic silver medalist Nancy Kerrigan, and there are actually two skaters out there. She's a mom to be in December, and you'll soon understand why she chose this music from Miss Saigon.
Cradled in my arms, asking as little as you can. Little sniff of a little man. I know I'd give my life for you. Ask me to be born. Why should you learn of war or pain? To make sure you're not hurt again.
Triple toe loop, beautifully landed.
I swear I'd give my life for you. I've tasted love beyond all fear.
Nancy has said her only concession in this program to her pregnancy is that she's not going to do the triple Lutz, but triple toe look very impressive.
When the stars burn like
Triple sow cow. Oh!
I'll give you a million things I'll never own. I'll give you a world to conquer when you're grown. Bring him to me.
And a nice double axel.
Be who you want
stars into a butterfly. Little slip on the landing with that, but I don't think the audience is going to care one little bit. Well done.
Mom. They need a 9.79 to win it.
She's had so many changes in her life since the Olympic Games, and it's great to see her skating at this standard. So many changes. What a beautifully delivered program.
Once again, we ask you to go to your keypads.
That'll be the judge right there, the voters, each and every one of them. Figure out the program. Will it be Nancy Kerrigan or will it be Yuka Sato?
Very difficult jump. We've seen a few of them tonight. Triple toe loop, a slight variation on the takeoff right here. A change of foot, reaches back with the left foot. 1, 2, 3. Great height. Beautiful flow and landing position coming out. And the triple Salchow right here, you'll notice she'll throw the right leg into the air and jump up and over it. 1, 2, 3. And again, nice 1 foot landing. Very safe. Only little problem she had was on the stars butterfly right there. She gets a little jammed up. She can't quite get into position, but I don't think it's going to make any difference. She knows it. She thinks it's funny.
Nancy Kerrigan waiting now for her marks.
And now the score for Nancy Kerrigan, 9.41.
That is a surprise, and the crowd is going to be booing themselves, I think, for this one. It's a very big surprise. She skated beautifully, but the one difference with her program is, if you'll notice, the slower music wasn't accepted like the fast up-tempo music was.
And our champion is Yuka Sato, who flew here from Tokyo via Chicago and Los Angeles with a hip pointer and all. And the people have voted for little Yuka Sato.
She had an incredible year. That wasn't her best performance. We saw great performances from Denise, Biellmann, Katarina, Witt, Kadavy. But again, only thing I can think of is the slower tempo music did not impact the audience like the up-tempo music.
We'll be back to talk to America's Choice at the Great Skate Debate right after this. Our returns are in, and they're final. It was close. Yuka Sato took first by 3/100ths of a point. Denise Biellmann second, Katarina Witt third, then Kadavy, Sumners, Nancy Kerrigan sixth, and Liz Manley seventh. Let's go to Andrea.
Yuka, congratulations. You win the Great Skate Debate. What does it mean to you to win this competition in front of an American crowd when you don't have the same name recognition as some of the other skaters?
Well, this is really important for me that it's so much fun skating here in North America, and at the same time when I'm skating I can have a communication with every single audience, and it's just great.
You communicated beautifully. Congratulations again. Back to you, Pat.
Thank you. On June 7th, our next CBS skating broadcast is the encore presentation of Sergei Grinkov's Celebration of a Life. This includes Ekaterina Gordieva's moving tribute to her late husband, her first ever solo performance in public. You'll also see the tributes of Oksana Bayul, Brian Boitano, and a simply unforgettable moment when Katya was comforted by her daughter Daria. The skating eloquence of Christy Yamaguchi, and the warmth and humor that only Scott Hamilton could bring. A celebration CBS Sports is proud to invite you to attend. Friday, June 7th, 8 Eastern, Sergei Grinkov, Celebration of a Life. Back here in Green Bay, what happened? Let's go to Harry Smith.
We can tell you why Yuka Sato did so well tonight. The numbers don't lie. She came in first in every single age category except one. Number 1 in under 20, number 1 in 20 to 29, number 1 in 30 to 49. Denise Biellmann came in first in 50 plus. Here's something interesting, though. Denise Biellmann came in first among men, Yuka Sato second. Katarina Witt came in first among women, Yuka Sato second. But it's a little like the Electoral College. You have to dominate a certain number of power states, and Yuka Sato clearly dominated in the 30 to 49s, 20 to 29, and under 20. And unfortunately for Nancy Kerrigan, she came in last among women here tonight in the Great Skate Debate.
Something new, the people chose the champion, and she's busy signing autographs. Something old, it's another judging controversy. Apparently, it doesn't matter who makes the call. Tonight, the audience gets to argue with itself. Great Skate Debate 2 can't be far behind. How about Skate Talk Radio? Skating the Internet. We'll be right back. Well, the Great Skate Debate has concluded, at least for now, and not without its own controversies. Nancy Kerrigan made one small mistake in an otherwise strong program, and the voters dropped her all the way to 6th. Denise Biellmann brought her high-energy skating aerobics to center ice and put on a spin that carried her to the early lead. Katarina Witt argued that she was the only one, but it turned out that she was only 1/100th of a vote shy of first place. And then Yuka Sato put together a coalition of judges from teenagers to baby boomers. She may not have been first on everybody's ballot, but she was never worse than second. It all added up to victory and smiles. In the men's competition, Paul Wylie said this is the moment, and for a while it looked as though he was right. But then Kurt Browning campaigned right down Yellow Brick Road and hoped he had enough votes to get him all the way to Oz. Well, when he got to Oz, Scott Hamilton was waiting for him. Scott pulled out all the stops, and in a campaign that never lost its momentum, when it was over, he had the vote and the championship. For Scott, Rosalynn Sumners, Harry Smith, and Andrea Joyce, I'm Pat O'Brien saying good night, everybody, from the Great Skate Debate.
I'm Dan Rather. Ahead on an all-new 48 Hours. Parents found guilty for their son's crimes. Next, meet the family. Hear their side of the story. Plus, after 35 years, a daughter finally meets the woman who gave her up for adoption. You are there for a 48 Hours to Remember next.
Hi, it's me, Fran Drescher, and you know, CBS is having this big special Mother's Day week. Hi! They're having a special episode on Walker, Texas Ranger, and I'm going to be watching it with my two mothers. You know, your character is based off my real-life mother, Sylvia. You two are very much alike. Right, Mom? I don't see it.
This is CBS.
All new